The year has changed, but this is not just another calendar page turning. This is a shift of energy, a shift of motion, a shift inside you. The fire horse era begins, and fire does not ask for permission. It burns. It moves. It transforms everything it touches. Most people will treat this year like every other year. They will wait. They will hesitate. They will repeat the same routines, the same excuses, the same fears. But energy does not reward the passive. Momentum does not carry the stationary. Fire does not warm those who refuse to step closer. This year is not about luck. It is about movement. The horse is not a symbol of comfort. It is a symbol of speed, instinct, and relentless forward motion. And fire is discipline. Fire is hunger. Fire is transformation through pressure. The fire horse era is not gentle. It is demanding. It calls for courage, clarity, and action. You will feel it in subtle ways. A restlessness that refuses to sleep. A quiet voice telling you that standing still is no longer an option. A growing discomfort with mediocrity. That is not anxiety. That is awakening. There comes a time when comfort becomes more painful than change. When routine becomes heavier than risk. When silence inside you becomes louder than the noise around you. This year carries that energy. The energy of movement. The energy of decision. The energy of stepping into the unknown with intention instead of fear. But understand this, fire does not only illuminate, it also exposes. Everything you avoided will surface. Every weakness you ignored will demand attention. Every dream you postponed will stare back at you. The fire horse does not allow stagnation. It pushes you forward, or it drags you through discomfort until you move. Some will call it a difficult year. Others will call it the year that changed everything. The difference will not be fate. The difference will be mindset. The strong will use the fire as fuel. The unprepared will see it as destruction. This year will magnify what already exists inside you. If you carry discipline, it will grow. If you carry fear, it will surface. If you carry ambition, it will ignite. The fire horse does not create your character. It reveals it. There is power in understanding cycles, not as superstition, not as prediction, but as psychological alignment. When you believe a new era begins, you allow yourself to begin again. And beginning again is one of the most powerful acts a human mind can perform. You are not chained to last year's identity. You are not obligated to repeat last year's mistakes. You are not destined to remain the same person. The fire horse is movement. Movement is change. Change is rebirth. But rebirth is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Transformation is uncomfortable. A horse does not run because it is comfortable. It runs because it is alive. This year demands aliveness from you, not survival. Not routine existence, aliveness. Look at your habits. Look at your circle. Look at your daily thoughts. Ask yourself, are they carrying you forward or keeping you tied to the same ground? The fire horse energy is not about speed without direction. It is about momentum with purpose. Running blindly leads to exhaustion. Running with intention leads to evolution. You will face moments where quitting feels logical, where slowing down feels safe, where returning to comfort feels tempting. But remember, comfort is often disguised stagnation, and stagnation is silent decay. This year will test patience. It will test discipline. It will test emotional control. Fire refines metal through heat. Pressure refines the mind through resistance. You are not being punished when challenges appear. You are being sharpened. There is a version of you that only emerges under pressure. A version that does not exist in ease. A version that is waiting behind effort, persistence, and discomfort. The fire horse year is an invitation to meet that version. You do not need to run faster than everyone else. You need to run truer than yesterday. Comparison weakens focus. Alignment strengthens it. The energy of this year is not about proving something to the world. It is about proving something to yourself. That you can start. That you can continue. That you can finish. Fire teaches responsibility. If you control it, it serves you. If you ignore it, it consumes you. The same applies to ambition. The same applies to desire. The same applies to your potential. There is a quiet truth most people avoid. You already know what you need to change. You feel it in the moments of silence. You feel it when distractions fade. You feel it when you imagine a better life and immediately doubt it. This year is about silencing that doubt, not by pretending it does not exist, but by acting despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is motion with fear present. The fire horse does not wait for certainty. It moves with instinct sharpened by awareness. You do not need perfect conditions. You need decisive action. This is the year to refine your mind, to strengthen your discipline, to direct your energy instead of scattering it. Small consistent movement will outrun occasional bursts of motivation. A steady fire outlasts a sudden spark. You are entering a cycle that favors those who act, those who prepare, those who focus. Not those who only wish, not those who only plan, those who execute. The fire horse era begins outside of you, but its true meaning begins inside of you. It is not about astrology. It is about psychology. It is about choosing momentum instead of hesitation. Every morning is a gate. Every decision is a direction. Every action is a step forward or backward. Ask yourself daily, am I moving or am I circling the same place? This year is not waiting. Time is not slowing. Energy is not pausing, and neither should you. You do not need to become someone else. You need to become more of who you are capable of being. The fire horse is not outside. It is the force of motion within you, the hunger to improve, the refusal to remain average, the decision to rise even when comfort whispers to stay. 2026 is not magic, it is momentum, and momentum belongs to those who move with intention, clarity, and discipline. Let this be the year you stop negotiating with excuses. Let this be the year you turn awareness into action. Let this be the year you run, not away from fear, but toward purpose. The era begins. The energy is here. The choice is yours. Run with fire in your mind. Run with focus in your eyes. Run with discipline in your steps. Because the fire horse does not carry the hesitant. It carries the ready. And understands something deeper. Momentum is not noise. It is not chaos. It is not rushing without thought. True momentum is controlled fire, directed force. A calm mind moving with unstoppable intention. Most people mistake speed for progress. They run in circles, exhausted, confused, distracted. But the fire horse does not run in circles. It runs toward horizons. This year asks you one question, again and again. Where are you actually going? Not where you hope to end up. Not where others expect you to be, but where your actions are truly leading you. Because intention without action is illusion, and action without direction is waste. There will be days when the fire feels weak, days when motivation disappears, days when discipline feels heavy. Those are the real tests, not the days you feel strong, not the days everything aligns, but the days when nothing aligns and you still move. The fire horse energy is not about perfection, it is about persistence. A single step taken daily will outrun 1,000 dreams never acted upon. You must learn to trust slow progress, to respect invisible growth, to continue when results are not yet visible, because fire builds heat gradually, because strength builds quietly, because transformation happens long before applause arrives. There is a dangerous comfort in waiting, waiting for the right moment, waiting for confidence, waiting for certainty. But waiting is often fear wearing a logical mask. The fire horse does not wait. It senses the moment, and it moves. This year is about sharpening instinct through awareness, listening to the inner voice that tells you, enough delay, enough excuses, enough repetition. You are not here to repeat cycles endlessly. You are here to evolve beyond them. There will be people who misunderstand your change, people who preferred the older, quieter, smaller version of you. Do not resent them, but do not shrink for them either. Growth is rarely comfortable for observers, but it is necessary for the one who grows. Fire teaches independence. A flame does not ask permission to burn brighter. A horse does not ask permission to run faster. And you should not ask permission to become stronger. This year is not about becoming aggressive. It is about becoming decisive. Decisiveness is quiet power. It is the ability to choose a path and walk it without constant hesitation. It is trusting your evolution enough to continue even without approval. There will also be temptations, distractions disguised as opportunities, comfort disguised as reward. The fire horse energy is strong, but undirected fire can burn the wrong bridges. Discipline is your reins. Awareness is your direction. Purpose is your destination. You do not need to control everything, but you must control your focus. Where attention goes, energy follows. And where energy follows, life changes. Protect your focus like it is currency, because in truth, it is. Every distraction steals minutes. Every wasted minute steals momentum. Every lost momentum delays transformation. But here is the empowering truth. Momentum can be rebuilt at any moment. One decision, one disciplined action, one honest commitment to yourself can reignite everything. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are only delayed if you choose to remain still. The fire horse year is not about proving worth. You already possess worth. It is about activating potential. Potential unused becomes frustration. Potential acted upon becomes power. There is a future version of you watching quietly, not judging, not demanding, simply waiting. Waiting for you to take the steps that bring you closer. Waiting for you to align thought with action. Waiting for you to stop doubting what you already know is possible. And every day you move, even slowly, you meet that version halfway. Do not fear intensity. Intensity properly directed is clarity. It is energy without confusion. It is movement without panic. You do not need louder motivation. You need quieter discipline. Loud motivation excites for a moment. Quiet discipline transforms for a lifetime. Let this era be marked not by dramatic beginnings, but by consistent continuation. Not by bursts of inspiration, but by steady execution. Not by promises to others, but by commitments to yourself. The fire horse does not ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present, alert, willing, moving. And when the year ends, when you look back, the true measure will not be how fast you ran. It will be how honestly you moved toward the life you envisioned. So step forward with awareness, move with intention, carry fire in your discipline, not only in your excitement, because eras do not change lives, decisions do, habits do, daily actions do. The fire horse era begins, but its true power awakens only in those who choose to run with purpose, not just with speed.